I was born as a tree. May not stop evolving, just consume your whole life. Every part of my body can evolve. I spent a whole year of my life just now, and then evolved a leaf in it. It can be controlled by me, thinking like your hands. Kill the invisible. But now I don't dare to evolve too much, because I only have 9 years left. Even more so, I don't know how to get it. And right now, a woodpecker kept pecking back and forth on me. I'm not welcome. Immediately a wind-tearing sound echoed. I control the leaf that's been singled out at lightning speed. I can't get my hands on the woodpecker. The next moment, woodpeckers haven't even made the carpet yet, was cut into a mass of blood, and right now, I found that the spreadsheet had changed. My life expectancy has increased by a year. In the blink of an eye, I'm excited. I seem to have figured out a way to get longevity. And then I'm going to try to take this 1 year increase in life expectancy, transfer to another leaf. The other leaf also completes the spiritualization. Right now, I've developed a strong desire for longevity. Fortunately, there's no shortage of insects in this forest, flying and birds. Very quickly a day goes by. I've unconsciously accumulated 10 years of life expectancy. Total life expectancy reached 19 years. I immediately assimilated 14 leaves. Feel the power of that person. My heart is filled with emotion. Now my tree has a total of 500 leaves. If we're all done with the chemistry, I am glad to think of that scene in my heart. And right now, a man's dreary cry binds his ears. Suddenly, it's ringing. There's a flock of crows coming down from the sky. They seem to feel something. It landed on me very quickly. I intended to kill them directly, but I found a crow in there. She seems to be pregnant. This discovery caused my actions. Give up hunting and killing. It's just unexpected. These crows are nesting. Oh May. She gave birth to 10 crow's eggs the next day. This makes me feel pretty interesting, even though I'm hungry for longevity, but there's no shortage of crows. I kept them for the next few days. The female hatches eggs every day, and I don't stop hunting mosquitoes and flying birds. I don't know when. 20 days have passed. All the leaves on my body have been spiritualized. My height is from the beginning, from 3 sticks to 4. Just put it in this old forest. I'm still mediocre. And right now, a guy who's an interesting umbrella sound. I'm confused. Consciousness swept by and saw that the evidence had blossomed. When they were born, they opened their mouths. It looks like it's waiting to be fed. But I didn't expect it. The bird flew away this morning and didn't come back. This made me vaguely realize something. The roof also seems to have a feeling. Fly out of the nest looking for the drum. Half a day later, the crows brought back a horde of insects, but it's full of blood. Dying after feeding the crow cubs these insects. The raven fell from the nest to the ground. Without life. I was stunned again. In fact, I hunt every day, a lot of flying insects and birds, but I was too violent. That these insects and birds, every time, it's live into blood bones. The 2 big crows are out hunting every day. I didn't notice this before. Without my care. This crow is sure to die. Let me give you a hand. So, the next few days, crow, under my care getting closer and closer to me. Now my leaves have all been euthanized. Okay, then you should also animate the roots. My tree's roots are divided into primary and secondary roots. The main root has 3. The roots are 100. 15 years of life. Cannot animate the main roots. Can only animate the extra roots, without much hesitation. I then infuse the whole life into a secondary root. In the process of assimilation, I feel a sharp pain. A moment after the roots, filler after the completion of the flexible, becomes more solid. It's even deeper into the ground. From 1 foot long to 3. Another month passed in front of me. I finally finished spiritualizing all the extra roots. The height has also increased by 5. Around me 10 gifts. I've learned to fly. Fly around me non-stop. And now a roar infused my consciousness. The next moment, I saw a wild boar coming towards me. I didn't hesitate. Just throw up 500 leaves. Killed the wild boar in an instant. When you see the life expectancy increase by 5 or 10 years, I can't help but be. What? How is that possible? Must know that the lifespan of pigs is usually only 20 years. But very quickly I realize, this wild boar is not ordinary, it must be a demigod. I immediately understood. And then I'm very happy to have 50 years of life. I can try it with ease. Very fast. Dense points of light infuse this main root. The next moment, the main root is 2 sticks long, and it's grown to 5. I even feel like I just need to use my strength. It's possible to rely on this root. Get out of the ground. Think about here, I can't help but try to move this main root. The big tree roots, black branch, under my control broke through the ground. But when the roots come out of the ground, I immediately felt the pain. Here can't stand. It's not just the pain. I feel the risk. It's not okay. I can't wait. Hurry back to the roots. It was absorbed into the earth. Of course. Tree roots cannot be arbitrarily moved. After a short walk of music, I noticed that my property table has changed. On the power column, there is more, the spiritual gathering item of the bank. But not waiting for me to research it, I saw a white shadow pass by. It's a snow sculpture. It's got a white, smokeless fur, dark eyes. It's so cute, but this snow sculpture is clearly not normal snow sculpture. It's twice as big as regular snow. Watchful snowy eyes. The immediate area for it is actually quite foreign. It shouldn't be here, but it can't control the rot in the heart. There's a magical air that's attracting it. It finally stopped in front of me. And right now, I suddenly reached out to the roots of my tree and took it. No matter how far and how fast it goes, it's useless. But I'm not going to kill you this snow. Because I can feel it, the magical vibration on the snowman, the magical oscillation. This is similar to the parts that my spirit, the wild boar before that, though, was not so great. Usually, but there's no such obvious magical oscillation. I decided to try taming it. Due to human intellectual property, I also have some understanding of how to tame wild animals. I softened my mind and released the snow sculpture. The snow immediately ran away. I'm not welcome. Immediately catch it with the extra roots. Just keep repeating it. In the snow's eyes there was a glimmer of despair. Finally, he was discouraged, and he crawled on the ground. After successfully taming it, I began to experiment with the effects of the spirit of money. Spirit of silver. Gathered in a moment on a branch of my tree. The spirit moves very quickly. One of the condensed white bank appears. At the same time, one of my leaves quickly withered. The price of bringing together the spirit of the bank. It's a waste of my own body. Fortunately, this leaf is dry, withers and loses its animating power, not completely lost. Or I'll hurt even more. The spirit of this grace has no effect on me. Obviously, it can only be used for other plants or animals. Also right now, the snow has a touch. Suddenly, he looked up at the sky. There's a strong desire in my eyes. So, quickly the snow can't wait. Eat of this money. And then, it makes a painful roar. Its hairy body starts banging furiously, around the same time in the process. The snow sculpture's body is rapidly growing. It's clear that this is going on. A little bit after the snow thing, after finishing the spiritualization, more intimate with me, will sometimes use soft fur, brush against my tree trunk. Suddenly, I found out on my board that there's another level. Now, my rank is the highest. Watch out panel. They will also collect information from outside, and it won't stop adjusting based on that information. Through the snow, I've determined that the spirit of silver is good for animals. I didn't hesitate immediately. Gather together the 10 spirits of silver. Fly straight to 10 crows. And half an hour later, they're done. The 10 crows became enormous. They look like giant eagles. Hair and claws also become extremely sharp. It's like ice. Very fast infographic. They appear in front of me. And as I'm looking at the information, they just moved. The storm rises, and then, like an arrow out of the bow. This speed amazes me. 3 times faster than before high school. This must be the effect of skill, the power of their winds. But right now, there's a howl in the sky. My consciousness immediately caught a falcon. That's it again. This is the falcon, the giant I met when I first got here. This time, I saw the information on the falcon's board. This falcon has 2 kinds of power. Moreover, his rank is equal to mine. The great neighbor didn't happen to pass by. I quickly became alert. I can feel it clearly. The enemy is staring at me. Exactly. It's targeting the crow and the snowy thing. It just seems like you're scared of me, so I dare not go down. At the same time, the 10 ravens and the snow. He discovered the existence of the dog. They don't dare mess around anymore. They're all hiding next to me. I can even feel them shivering. Even though they've entered the stage, but compared to the neighborhood bar, there's definitely a huge gap. We've got to get it down fast. If you don't attract other animals, it's troublesome. This young man hesitated not to come down. It's just that you're avoiding me. If so, then I'll use this to lure you down. My way is very simple. It's pretending to be weak, but with wisdom. But not too smart. This plan will surely succeed. I immediately tried to reduce the mystic power, so that they don't emit gas outside. In an instant, my anger plummeted. Feeling is only equivalent to the snowflake. Of course the forest. Stay up after feeling the change. Immediately rush towards me. But in that moment, 500 leaves like a skynet completely cover and seal the body of the phalanx. But these leaves slash at the young man. It's like cutting into the occult. This defense is too perverted. But I didn't panic. That's how strong is this lion's defense. It's mostly the power of the stick. I was soon prepared for this. The next moment, the thick subroots break the soil out. Like sharp swords, pierced towards the forest bar. On the young man, there was finally blood. But this is still not fatal for it. But the next moment, my main roots moved in the blink of an eye. The roots are like a great lance that sprouts out. In the blink of an eye, the bird's body was pierced. Finally enjoying the third. 1,415,926 seconds. A few breaths later, my life expectancy immediately jumped 150 years. I don't hesitate. Immediately bring 100 years of life in turn. Focus on the other two roots. After the two main roots are both spiritualized, my rank has turned into the most perfect age. Currently, there's the snow and the 10 crows. My life expectancy has increased a lot. The average daily life expectancy can increase by 30 years. 9 days later, I've accumulated 325 years of life. All right. It's time to enhance insemination. My heart is full of expectation. It brings 300 years of life into the womb. As half an hour goes by the information board, there's been a big change in mine. The hierarchy has come to the second level. 8 directly soared to 11 million. It is also from 25 years, directly increased to 300 years. There is also a strong natural ability, is copy. I've been in this forest before, and it doesn't stand out. But it's different now. My height has passed for the most part. The trees around, easy. From 5 long sticks to 20 deep sticks. Also right now, I can feel 20 sticks underground. Deep down there is a water hole. There's water dynamics that suggest there might be an underground river. It's just that my roots aren't long enough. We haven't been able to detect this underground worm yet. This also another part of motivation for my growth. And when I got promoted, the energy in this area is soaring. Spiritual theory, thanks to this benefit, directly ascended to the top class, and the crows are the most elevated. Middle class I see in the lap quite satisfied. Just because I have a natural gift is copy. It can help me replicate the abilities of my students. Of course, other spirits are not arbitrarily copied. You can only copy the birth, the spirit of my heart. But replicating one of the most powerful. It takes 300 years. I immediately felt a little hurt. Let me just accumulate a little more longevity and say, and right now, 3 beautiful silhouettes with panicked faces go to this forest. They were the 3 girls who had appeared before. This time behind them were 5 men bearing bows. The executioner is in pursuit. You can't escape. That's what the sweet girl saw. Eyes full of indignation. You do that. Are you not afraid of the revenge of our village? As long as we kill you all. So how do we know if we're doing it? As soon as they're talking, the heaven and earth energy of the forest ahead suddenly fluctuate strangely. And then the birds all around go crazy, running around, flying around. It seems to be in the forest. Something terrible was born a few miles ago. What's going on? The birds are crazy. Everyone was amazed to see that. Come on. 3 girls take the opportunity to run away. Very quickly, they put a blue feather on their face. The land has blood. What feather is this? The girl with the snow eyes full of wonder. The rest of me has a serious expression. This is the feather of the unicorn. The other 2 heard this and suddenly reacted. Their faces also immediately changed. The falcon is not a normal bird. It's a born spirit. Look. There's a lot of feathers in the unicorn. The knife's voice trembled. All of you now have a look of fear on your face. They're not stupid. I am naturally aware of what just happened. This dog has been won. Some unknown creature kills. Then their eyes glaze, according to the feather of the search. Finally, their eyes stopped on an almond tree. This almond tree is 11 sticks tall. This height is obviously not normal. Have we met the spirit? The delivery voice trembled. If it's a spirit, it's good. The worst part is that we've encountered insemination. I need a serious look. There's insemination again. The 5 men of the village were sent away. Hatch them all. Then quickly report the story here to the Shite. But not waiting for them. The surrounding ground suddenly shook. And then people saw 4 or 8 directions. A thick black patch. It's like the tide is coming. It's not okay. It's a trick. I have a scared face. He couldn't believe that in the ordinary forest, this little animal appeared again. Animal move. The people of the village also have constricted pupils. I saw countless birds flying furiously. The men hurried to the ground. At the same time, I suddenly realized something unusual. My consciousness scans out around. In the blink of an eye, I saw animals flying like the tide, rush towards me. My eyes are a little cold. It's obviously caused by my promotion, fluctuation of heaven and earth energy that attract these animals. For us, full of deadly temptation. Just eat it. I can complete the transformation of life. They want to eat me. Let's see if you have that life. I have no compassion and no sympathy. In my feeling, most of the animals that come in are normal animals. Kill them all for me. Leaves and roots. My tree in the blink of an eye, like countless sharp blades, rushed out right after. The 20 staff area around me seemed to become a giant meat grinder. The animals that come in are no exception. It's all crushed. And now, there's a roar of anger. Then a white ghost appeared. This white ghost is in the midst of the animals. Began to reap lives in a frenzied fashion. Then in the air, 10 strange black shadows appeared. This scene makes me very happy. Not in vain, I've cultivated the spirit of the snow and farmed the ravens. During this killing, the information on my board is changing rapidly. The numbers on the centaur pole are jumping like crazy. This afternoon's game also helped me understand more about the power of self. Now a tiger's roar echoed through the mountains. In my feeling, there's a very prominent tiger in the pack. Very quickly its information appeared in front of me. It's the best tiger in the world. The power of the tiger is terrible, especially when it comes to it. A javelin with a power of 50 tons, but bound by my branches. It's absolutely impossible to get out. After fertilizing the broth and stem of, I've all reached a level of extreme strength. More than 10 extra roots like lightning. The tiger in front of me. I was killed in the blink of an eye. After killing this tiger spirit, I also immediately increased my life expectancy by 200 years. The death of the tiger, completely subverting the will of the animals. But nothing is so easy. Players in the range, 20 sticks, all crushed by me. The player escaped from the 20-stick range. He was also followed by 10 ravens and spirits. Finally, less than half an hour. This heartwarming disaster is over. After this afternoon's game, my life expectancy has increased by 1,200 years. It's probably an unprecedented harvest. As for the spirit and the crow spirit, it's the same. I harvest whole life, the bodies of wild animals and beasts. It becomes their meal. And right now, I found that the ravens had captured 8 people. The ravens have a mind, so they can differentiate. These 8 are different from other animals. So, I made them come in front of me. My addicted mind moves. These 8 are opportunities. It's rare for me to get to know the outside world. While thinking, I had some ideas in my heart. It's time to use the ability to copy the endowment. It's mine. I ended up spending 300 years of my life. I successfully copied the magical power of sculpture, theory Lin, and at the same time, I'm getting new information. The ability to replicate can be promoted. It only takes 500 years of life, is to be able to take it to the next level. And after successfully replicating the myth of the spirit contradiction, my cultivation has once again increased. It feels very close to the middle class. I immediately moved. The idea of 500 years is gone. Lin color theory district immediately increased to the 2nd stage. At the same time, my rank also broke through to the middle too. And right now, I heard a guy screaming. It's the other 8 who woke up from their coma. Not waiting for them to be fully awake. I used the snowflake against them. They felt their consciousness become clouded. Where are you from? People just feel this voice, as if it's divine. Their sluggish minds can't think much, and only rely on instinct to answer questions. By asking them, I'm getting more and more information. 8 people from 2 villages. It's the village and the village, respectively. This world is called the magical world. It's a world ruled by priests, according to their perception. The monks divided into mechanical engineering and knitting needles, corresponding to the 1st stage. The 2nd and 3rd stages of weakness seem. Mevai is the equivalent of the human body month. And that's what gives me temporary peace of mind. He is the man of the village and the village. The vast majority are mortals. The only person who can do that is the mayor of the city. He accidentally ate a fruit a year ago. To acquire the magic power, to become an early air purifying monk. 800 miles from 2 villages there is a powerful citadel. In the masculine power of real cultivation, I-stage gas refiner, but there's no structural energy either. Based on this information, seems to be within these 800 miles. I'm still considered safe. Strength of the village and village. Family is normal, so I don't have to worry too much. Of course I haven't killed him yet. These 8 people, before that, I decided to try again. These 8 people are rare laboratory material. I gathered together the 8 spirits of the bank and fed them. Feeding them all is physical anxiety. Everyone is different. Is there anyone who can't absorb the spirit of grace? But this situation didn't happen. They were immediately like the crows before. Begins to molt. This sight makes my eyes glow. It seems that the spirit of silver, my work doesn't just work with animals, it also works for humans, and it doesn't discriminate physically. This makes my mind more alert, because this means that I'm also attractive, deadly to humans, and humans are often more dangerous than animals. Not long after, they've all done the molting directly, and his wife, in a mortal way, to become an early aerobics month when they wake up. I am so glad to see your change. The next moment, they all looked at me in front of me. Even though they are now under the control of the gods, but I know more or less what's around me. That's what makes them tick. It's because of this silver tree. The villagers looked at each other. Then of the decision to turn people away. They know me. This almond tree is not ordinary. With their power, it's very difficult to control it. So they want to bring this secret to the big guy. Not just them. Cans and snowballs of the village are also very decisive. Let's go. She is determined to say, sister. If you want to go first. What do you want to do? Brown. We can survive. Even the power is due to God's grace. I want to pray for God for a while. His face was extremely respectful, but this makes me very unhappy. What the hell is this? This is a miracle. It's dangerous here if you don't go. We'll go first. Snow with a disgruntled face. They don't listen to them. That goes under the almond tree and kneels down. Whatever it is. Let's go. After that, bite your teeth and leave. And as soon as they and the people of the village, Joe was just going to go. Suddenly, you seem to feel something. Snowmang district. Instinctively they turned to look at me. Then my mind froze. 5 villages and a barraca. All snow must die. Just thinking about hurting me. This knife is not bad. Dotted for a moment. The tree's branches didn't fly out. I killed 7 people in the blink of an eye. In a moment, I've harvested 600 years of life. Of course, he became a priest. The average lifespan is 100 years. And then I transferred the idea to the snowflake. The snowman immediately brought the bodies of the 7 as well as the. I came out alive to a place far away from me. And very quickly, the animals appeared, the bodies of 7 people. Completely cover the tracks if I killed them. What about delivery? Something special is keeping watch next to you. The other animals did not dare to come. Almost an hour later, she slowly woke up, her face full of dreams. I don't seem to know what happened. Why am I here? And why are you so miserable? Or out rubbing head. I feel that something is wrong. A moment later, look around a circle. The face immediately became pale. The bodies of 7 other people were eaten. It's like being struck by lightning. You don't know. In the sky above you, there are ravens watching. This is what I'm looking out for. The last delivery was in disguise. If then she's not behaving properly, I'll have the raven kill her immediately. At the same time in the village. Why haven't the other 3 girls come back yet? Many villagers, forbid casting gathered at the village gate. Among the people, a farmer smoking a pipe. Close your eyes full of worry. This man is the village chief. Lava Bowl. One of the 3 girls is his granddaughter. Sky and Sky are the granddaughters of 2 cousins. You also have to call out loud. And at this very moment, suddenly a voice came out. Ma. The villagers were all delighted. Then I saw the knife wobbling. It's pathetic to come out. What happened to the knife? I saw that in a low voice, but the next moment, he suddenly widened his eyes. Why did you become a priest? The other villagers were amazed to hear that. The grandfather immediately broke down and told him. What happened to you? I seriously asked for delivery without hesitation. Hide something related to me. Other stories are told the truth. That sounds like a complicated face. So how did you become a monk? I don't know this either. Painted a hazy face, but this moment, deep in her memory vaguely appeared a picture. The deepest existence in the painting. It's a honeysuckle tree. Why is that? Another old man laid the carpet. He's the grandfather of Snow. Hide the tragic compression. Brother. The man sighed and said, but I suddenly turned my head and looked at her. Why do you snow, and you die in the afternoons? You can leave me in peace. What do you mean by that? Eyes covered in ice and clenched his teeth. Something to do with snow and snow. It can't help but make us think a lot. He told me that all his relatives died in the afternoons. I woke up right next to their bodies. Then, you must remember the location of their bodies, or this. Would you take us there? My father's father suddenly said. My face is a little unpleasant. The words of the sport, they are also clearly in doubt, but I delivered without hesitation. I'll take you out an hour later. The villagers came to the place of delivery. The tragic condition of the 7 bodies, as well as the surrounding dense wildlife footprint, told the truth. You and Ray. The 2 of you I can understand. But who's going to use this to talk bad? I delivered. Don't blame me for turning around. I froze for an hour. The next day, I'm absorbing life. You don't need me now. 10 crow spirits and snow spirits, they won't stop catching me. And right now, a shadow appears in my mind. The shadow of this man is the gift. I'm a little surprised, just because from above you, I feel a kind of magical power. Now, I can feel the spirit of prayer. I immediately looked at the table. On the power column there's an entry called the Heart of Faith. I immediately understood. The reason I can feel your spirit, mostly because of this. It seems that this knife has bounced, born a certain faith in me. You really see me as a god. Copy the Heart of Faith. I didn't say 2 words and copied this ability. It is also the Heart of Faith. My religious heart is different from my religious heart. The Heart of Faith. So you can listen to my heart. And the heart, it's my belief that I can feel the minds of believers. Not only that, the Heart of Faith has a surprise. I found it on the delivery guy, vaguely aged original transfer candle. In other words, the power of faith can be transformed into longevity. And I've made another discovery. It's being able to sense the image in your vision. Top delivery. This means where I'm going to go. My sense can also extend to that. This also gives me a plan for where to go. The future. Fast forward 8 days. The snow and the crows have just finished eating. The body of the beast. The power has also increased. The most successful snowflake ascended the stage. Extreme Prodder and the crow spirit successfully ascended the most stage. High-end fishing performance increase significantly. There is also the power of faith. To be great. Every day can also provide me 1 or 2 years of life. I can increase it by about 40 years every day. Life original. This helped me in just 8 days. 1,050 years of life. And just as if I was thinking about how to use it, I suddenly felt a giant monster. It's the white flayed yellow blanket that passed by. Before with my current strength, they can easily kill it. But the next moment, I changed my mind. It's only because I discovered that it has a skill that is power. Foggy as my level of evolution gets higher and higher. My body will definitely get bigger. This is not conducive to modest growth. I use the fog to hide myself. This is definitely important. I gathered together a spirit of silver. White dress looks a bit silly. Clearly, even though its intelligence is not high. I also feel the ancient charm of silver. I divide the spirit of this bank account into 10 parts. Let him eat a little, and started beating him with a stick. After repeating this 10 times, her white dress revealed a look of despair, and constantly sticking out the snake's tongue. Seems to be taking my heart. Your ability is not bad. Give you one more. I once again condensed out one of those. Spirit of silver, excited white cloth blanket, eat it all, of this spirit of grace. Very quickly, from the first stage, the most elevated middle class. I food after eating of my silver. My consciousness is connected. Success with the psyche of white duvet. The power of fog. I'm determined to copy the power of the white blanket. Then, we can't wait to deploy. This energy, the air around us, rolls up, and then this air condenses into fog. A moment later, make me the center. The 3-mile range is covered in white bones. Moreover, I discovered within the white bone covering, my sense of touch has become sharper. But this coverage is not enough. I brought 500 years of life, and still in this capacity. The power of fog immediately rises to the second stage. 3-mile range diffuses out to 10 miles, and the strong wind can't blow it away. And I'm also from second grade, the middle class beyond the 2 upper classes. The sense also becomes more sensitive, and at the same time in 800 miles from the capital city of the South Mausoleum, a middle-aged man. Your power is weak. This person is the owner of the city. Tears of heaven, master air conditioning. Behind him stood a young man. His eyes looked great, filled with reverence for super jewels. What's the situation now? Tears of heaven ask. According to the test of the French spiritual density in places in male, our field is growing rapidly. This proves that the court's judgment is not wrong. The time of the great life has passed. The spirit of heaven and earth is slowly recovering. Super Jewel immediately replied, "That sounds great." His eyes showed anticipation and heart. Super cute. Keep talking. To become a master, corresponding to the increase in spiritual density, is that violent events in the forests are on the rise. We have a lot of people who have discovered animals in the forest. The color of his face became serious. This is hard to solve. Humanity can rely on the revival of the spirit to pioneer the great hunt. So are the animals and plants. Continue to closely monitor and inspect this place in Namrong. We don't care about other places. There is absolutely no problem with our male domain. The efficiency of the Super Jade is very high. That afternoon he had a serious face. Bring the results back. Look at the paper in your hand. His face immediately became very bad. 1,000 miles of wine. Forest areas have an above standard spirituality index. There are 11 places where the biggest problem is the ancient mountains. 11 areas exceeded the standard. There are 7 places in the ancient mountains. And then suddenly the dead are left. There's a piece in the ancient mountains. Forest land has a spiritual value of 9,000 worlds. Results of this test. You're sure there's no problem? Use the sky. The inference is repeated 3 times. Make sure there are no mistakes. The color of his face couldn't help but pale. Nam 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 is located in Thankor, the most famous place to practice. Thankor is the holy land of stitching. There are no 9,000. He can't imagine. In the ancient mountains, something so terrible was born. Super Jewel, you take a trip to the ancient mountains. Must be